It's Hololive time! Hello, welcome to another figure review. Today we're going to have a look at the Nendoroid number 2347. It's Sakamata Chloe from HoloX, and yeah, the now graduated Sakamata Chloe. I swear, I thought the graduation was on the 31st, so I went on a little trip this weekend, and imagine my surprise when I came back and I was like, wait, what do you mean graduation stream? What do you mean? There's something else after that, right? There's something else coming. So anyway, I was always a big fan of the stinky orca, because first and foremost, I love the design. I think it was something cool, something special, and that derpy freaking voice of hers was so lovely. So, without further ado, let's have a look at the figure.
Hello. Hi guys.
Size of Chloe-chan. Such a great design. Lost. Stands at almost 10 centimeters to the top of the head, which means we are going up to, let's see, for your Nendoroids. Yeah, a little shy of 4 inches tall. Size comparisons.
Here's Jolter, the SH Figure Arts Son Goku, Nendoroid Koyori, Figma Mori Calliope, the Pop-Up Parade Minato Aqua, and Darkseid.
Overall, look and detail, and I can already tell, very, very well done, Goodsmile. So, first and foremost, you know me, I always start at the big anime eyes. I love the red, and it has like so much detail in it. It's sometimes it's lost, sometimes you don't even notice that. And also, we do have the One Fang. The One Fang Club, yes, I love it. Then we have a little bit of different color on the hairpins. You can see it's a lot more glossy, so that elevates from the hair sculpt, which is nicely done. I feel like it's not as well shaded as some of the other ones, but most of it is covered by the hoodie, which you can take off, which we'll have a look at later. Speaking of the hoodie, have the big caution sign on there, and unfortunately I have a little bit of quality control issue where some of the black kind of went over onto the white, which is unfortunate. Do have the plaid ribbons on the side, completely movable. And let me just spin around to the back, because here you have another look, a better look at the jacket. As you can tell, it's not fully connected to the figure, because all of it is removable, so you can play around with it. What I mean by that is the jacket is not really connected. It is floaty, and it will not fall off all the time, and obviously once you get her on the base, that won't be an issue. But it's made to be removed, so that way you can display her in a couple of different ways, which we'll have a look at later once we get to the accessories. But we do have the big boba and also the heart in the necklace, and we got some more detail on the jacket. Has some more metallic and the red. And actually, let me take this off real quick. So we had a look at the jacket as it wraps around, as it's nicely painted, has some metallic parts, actually very clean looking. And then we have the top part, which has a lot more of a punk style, which honestly I'm also a big fan. You have the belt going around with some more metallic on there, and the chain wrapping to the front with the 06. And then you have the arms where we still have the jacket parts on there. Also, like the line work over here on the silver is really clean looking, and also the mold for the inside of the jacket, beautifully done. Have the gloves and down to the plaid skirt, and it's pantsu time. Well, that's a classic white pantsu, and we have the stockings ripped up on one side and has some stickers on the other side, and then the plateau shoes. Plateau. Why do I sound British when I say that? Plateau shoes. But anyway, a lot more glossy than the rest of the figure once again. So very nice look, very nice style. Differences in the coloring, so that makes it really pop.
More hair. Yeah. Lots of berries. Scared. Lots of foxes. You're a psycho.
Not
Yeah, that's
psycho.
right. Get
So
hurt
cute.
by your own berries.
Yeah, cute psychopath. Hoa? Kawaii.
You are psycho.
Oh, psycho.
No.
I just like foxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're mad. Yeah, you're mad. Oh.
Articulation, once again, it's standard Nendoroid. So you do have a ball hinge in the head, so you can bring that back and forth. And if you move the ball hinge to the side, you can also swivel it, but also could tilt it side to side if you have the upper part of the ball hinge in the head. You get some side to side tilting with that. Then for your shoulders, those are just on swivel. And then we have a bicep swivel, which is pretty blocked right now. So let me take off the arm so I can show it way better to you. This one doesn't, there we go. Moves around, and then the front part also has another swivel. We don't have anything in the chest area. Somewhat disappointing, but but on the other hand, I don't like cutting up the figure. Maybe could have done something under the belt, floaty belt, and a little swivel hidden under there. Yeah, they could have, but they didn't do that. So we have soft plastic skirt also. Do move. It does still hinder the leg movement, but moves forward, moves out to the side, and also to the back just a little bit. It's actually quite blocked in there. I think there's also like the work on the stockings. That's kind of clashing with the pantsu. So it is on a ball, by the way. Didn't mention that, but you do have some articulation, not the greatest, and there's also like the buttonhole in there, which I'm kind of surprised because, you know, when it comes to Nendoroids, I don't. If you're into the horny figures, I don't think Nendoroids is the way to go. But then again, you can do whatever the frick you want. Moving on.
Da.
こっからのが一番問題あるかな。
Da.
Now for the accessories, they really put a big focus on the mask, and first and foremost, here's a small mask. This one's just to hold on, not to put on a face, because those are right here. We have different expressions for the mask, and if you're wondering, yes, this just packs in the front of her hair. Slide that in. We have an angry one, we have a sad one, and then we have a neutral one. For your regular faces, we do have one lovely winky face, and the mesmerized, like the hypnotic one, where she's sweating, where she's stressed out and whatnot. Okay, we do have the base, Sakamata Chloe, with the orca on it, and the triangles for Hololive. And then we have the angled elbows, with the claw hands, gow, cutesy stuff. And then we have the bare elbows, arms, whatnot. One pointy finger and one holdy hand for the mask. Now the issue with that is we don't have anything, don't have any angled arms without the jacket. So you only have these ones. Those also have swivels on that side, on the bicep. The other one's a little bit stuck, but this one works. So, you know, could have had a little bit more arms, like one more set.
よし。はい。行くぞ。出てこーい。
Final thoughts for Chloe. This one is fun. I love the idea of being able to swap around with the hoodie, non-hoodie, and even like the different masks. Really went above and beyond. Face sculpts have a lot of personality. The figure just looks nice and colorful. And also I love what they did with the coat. You know, being able to swap that around. It's a very swappable figure, I might say. And that fits with the character because from the debut on, you had like the hoodie, the jacket and whatnot. So you can really take it off a lot or put it back on. And yeah, I like the fact that you put that in the Nendoroid and really warped it in a good way without breaking the figure up too much and still delivering on a clean design. So yeah, I do recommend this one, especially since it's probably going to be, well, it is definitely going to be some of the last Chloe merch we got. But the good news is we're still going to get a pop-up parade and we're still going to get a Figma, which I'm very excited about, and I hope I'll get those sooner rather than later. But for now, that's gonna do it, guys. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, card game stuff, and whatever Sakamata Chloe wants.
Hum 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 hum. Hum 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 hum. かいしょ。